Greetings, everyone, from Charlotte as we bring you an Eastern Conference contest for this Hornets home game. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony alongside, I'm Kevin Harlan at the table. And from the sidelines, it's our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. Now, here's Tatum. And there it is for him. RJ, this could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
Now here is Holiday. Following the miss by LaMelo Ball. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide-open man.
At the line for one.
And that one falls for White. And Derek White, he's one of the most valuable guards, Richard, in the NBA.
White can play the one, he can shoot the ball, plus he is an all-league defender. So Derek White gives you everything you want in your backcourt.
Add that to the highlight reel for Miller. I'm sure it'll grow quickly.
Porzingis.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Like what? Like, what is going on right now?
So it's Boston now. It's a 5-point game. Out to White. From outside the arc. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And great to see Porzingis share the ball. A great decision from the locker.
Shots good by Miller.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Here's Miller, and he banks in the layup. Miller's got 7 points.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Green. From downtown. And Boston with the rebound. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Caught up with Coach Charles Lee. Now, of course, I asked Coach what his plan was about defending Jason Tatum, and he said, I told our guys just to play smart, to play up on him, but not get baited into fouls, and try to get a hand in his face. Now, that's a difficult challenge for any defense, so we'll see what happens tonight. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. White, good.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a rush at all. They are just playing to their strengths and building this lead out well.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
You need dance lessons.
Hornets trail by 10. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them. I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
And Ball slams it in.
And a little bit of showmanship from Ball on that slam, displaying some athletic ability.
Brown's shot is good.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Tries the spin move. And it's Miller. It's out the key. The layup off target. Boston leading by 12. White bounce pass. Here's Tatum. Miller grabs the miss.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Spins. Here's Ball. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Ball's got his second basket.
Just sticking with it there. Ball's rebounding is so important to this team.
Brown outside. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And Ball is a proven distributor. He's got a real talent for spotting the cracks in the D.
And the lead is down inside single digits. Ball's got 6.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
There will be some letdown at some point, but these teams, they are built to score, so.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Celtics leading by 8. Outside Tatum. Outside Porzingis. Curry with him. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Three-pointer. And Seth Curry hits from deep.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
That one goes in.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside, able to practically play on top of the D.
Curry on the wing. Stolen by Holiday. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Puts the move on. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
Celtics passing it around. Porzingis. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Bounce pass, Smith. Lets it go from deep. No good on the shot.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And so it's the Boston Celtics bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best productions. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Boston.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And Ball slams it in.
I tell you what, did he take off on that one? Not many players can elevate it and literally fly. What a special talent, and it's plays like that that remind me just how amazing these athletes are in the NBA.
Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And, Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
Stolen by Ball. Nurkic in the post. Can't hit from in close. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Celtics have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. The Celtics making a switch here. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. And the shot goes down.
This is how confident Tatum is. Knows he can score inside whenever he wants.
Charlotte no good that time either. Celtics leading by 10. Tatum gets it to go inside.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Up and in on the layup. Ball's got 12 points in the game.
LaMelo using that body control there, making a play off contact.
And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Drains the jumper to finish the break. Ball's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
Tatum's become very good at finding high percentage shots, driving hard, not just settling for jumpers.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Hornets. Trailing by 10. Outside, Ball. The three. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots. Richard, you've talked a lot about how underrated longevity has been as a factor in measuring some of the all-time great players.
Well, when you think about Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, the only way to achieve greatness in the statistical category is to have longevity. So obviously greatness and longevity coincide.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Miller outside. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Celtics leading by 7. Here's Tatum. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
The efficiency from Tatum on the offensive end is terrific, not letting any scoring chances pass him by.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Celtics making a switch here. Hornets trail by 9. And it's Ball penetrating. And Ball slams it in.
A magician put the ball in his hands. LaMelo making it look easy.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
1:22 left here in the second. Fires for three. Porzingis with the rebound. Boston leading by 8. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down.
There's that leaping ability. Brown, he just gets up so easy.
It's stolen by White. And White slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Here's Holiday. Basket counts. Holiday's got the lead up to 12 now for Boston.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
And Ball slams it in.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does. Yeah, he really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Williams can't hit. Boston leading by 12. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Porzingis can't hit. So it's the Hornets now. Here's Ball. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
And Ball understands how to get these calls, especially against aggressive defense.
LaMelo Ball. 2 shots.
Ball hits them both.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Brown takes the 12-footer and hits. Brown's got 4 points this quarter.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Yeah, you'd love to see a little bit more fire on defense. Shoot, any fire on defense. They can't just be giving the game away.
And so it's Boston going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. It's a 10-point game. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run.
Tatum gets the bucket.
Oh, you gotta prevent Tatum from getting into the lane. Because once he's in there, you're done.
Here's Ball. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ball's got 34 points.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Hornets trail by 7. High post shot. And too long on the shot.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Pass to Porzingis. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Porzingis has got 8 points.
No wonder defenses have a hard time limiting Porzingis inside. Just look at that massive wingspan.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Hornets trail by 9. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017, he's come a long way. Kevin, those chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. Here's Ball. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
And the foul on Drew Holiday.
Second personal foul.
That's foul number 2 for him. And so here's Charlotte. They trail by 11. And Derek White picks up the foul.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul.
Here's Williams. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Williams has got 6 points.
And he has to build on this because we can see where him being a ghost out there has gotten him so far.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
The first one falls.
A multi-talented swingman, Tatum just continues to get better and better each year.
And so Tatum nails them both. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Nice shot by Porzingis.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Here's Ball. Porzingis with the rebound. Boston leading by 10. Brown with it. Now Green defending. And here's Tatum for 3. Bridges with the board. Green bounce pass. And stolen by White. Here's Brown. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
A very athletic play by Brown. Getting the ball inside and working his way to a high percentage shot.
There's Miller with the 3. Connects from three-point range. He's got 10.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Green taking his time here. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Jaylen Brown.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Richard, the Celtics have been among the NBA's elites for quite a while now.
Well, they've been a title contender every year for almost a decade now. Even with several coaching changes over that time, they've been the model of consistency.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Both teams changing it up here. Hornets trail by 9. Outside Curry. And that's good for 2. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
That may be not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with results, I guess.
And it's the long arms and broad shoulders that make Horford such a tough matchup inside. Teams try to get physical with him, but he's usually up to the challenge.
Pass to Bridges. Jacks up a 3. Rebound Boston. Here's Here's Pritchard. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Curry.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Here's Brown. The layup missed. Charlotte trailing. Pass to Bridges. Drives to the hoop. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
That's what a star talent does. If Bridges wants to fulfill his potential, he's got to attack. Use that quick first step.
Here's Horford. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Curry with it. He has 7. And it's Miller in the corner. The shot. Curry can't get it to go.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Here's Holiday. And it's good. 2 points. And now an 11-point Celtic lead.
Able to absorb contact. Holiday is not someone that is prone to lose focus on these tough takes. And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
There's Miller with the 3. And so it's the Boston Celtics with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Celtics leading by 14. Here's Pritchard. It's tipped, and they're able to recover. Pass to Hauser. Launches it, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Here's Pritchard. Shoots the 3. The three-pointer is right on target.
3 points.
And the Celtics lead by 20. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
Smith for 3. Good on the triple.
Steady from beyond the arc. Smith's improvement from there could really make him a dangerous player.
Here's Tatum. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
Mercy, Jason Tatum is a bad man.
And he goes in for the dunk.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Here's Pritchard. Diabate grabs the board. Hornets trail by 17. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Back to Curry. Banked in off the glass.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Horford.
Al Horford.
And a dunk by Horford.
No chance to shut that one down. Horford's reach made that play unstoppable.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Curry. Fires from deep. It's good from long range. Curry's got 5 points in the quarter.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Tries the spin move. Ball with the bucket.
And there's never been a question about LaMelo's handles. There's a lot he can do with the ball in his hand.
So both teams making some changes here. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. He told his players, I love the energy right now. You look like you're having fun out there. Keep playing for each other because our chemistry looks great right now. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. Hornets trail by 14. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. The rebound by the Celtics. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Back to Holiday. Lays it up off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 16.
And he's got it all working for him tonight. Holiday's effort level and energy are off the charts.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
Took the opportunity when he saw it.
The reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
Ball surveying the defense. Shot from the wing. Back to Miller. Pass to Bridges. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Williams. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
And you can tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
With the teardrop, Miller grabs the miss. Hornets trail by 19. Over Brown. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Here's Brown. Rebound by Williams. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Celtics.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jason Tatum.
He really managed to shine on both ends of the floor, finding lots of opportunities to affect the game and make an impact.
Here's Horford. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And how about the poise there by Horford? Lets the defender make the mistake, and now he's headed to the line.
He hits the second from the line. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Smith, no good.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Not only a terrible shot, but also at the worst possible time. That's just not a good idea.
Nailed from three-point land.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Kept alive. Pass to Green. Here's Ball. And it's blocked. And he keeps control of the ball. Craig with it. Bridges covering.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
No good on that.
Torrey Craig at the line for 2.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Boston ball.
Back to Horford. Pass to Pritchard. Off target with his 3. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.